I can't see shiz because my curtains are open. So, hello guys. At some point in time, I might need to take a little bit of a side, only for like a minute or two because we do have a flat inspection today. But other than that, we are gonna be playing this. I can't see shit right now, so I'm sorry if anyone messages in chat and I can't see it. I'll try. Just gonna change my picture to vivid so I can see my TV a little bit more. There we go. God, it feels weird to be back in Virche again. It's been so long. Oh, I need to pull up my guide because we do need to make very specific choices. Here, I do think so to myself. Alrighty. I'm gonna sip of my banana milk because, yeah, we were supposed to, be, I had planned on finishing Tales of Graces today, but, I forgot I had a blood test this morning, so, so yeah, my arm is effectively a noodle for the rest of the day, or at least a good majority of the day. And since I was going to stream today, it's probably not the best to do anything that includes button mashing, just because my arm gets really weak after I donate blood or have like a test or anything like that. But yeah, La Salut! Finally! It's taken so long. Ankou and... oh boy. I'm gonna have to remember the voice I do for Cerez. I think it was something like this. Monotone, but high-pitched. Something like this, I think. I don't know. We'll get there. I could have retained hatred if it had a form. Why do people die in this country? Is it the fault of Death's curse? Why are people's hearts so warped? Death's curse has driven them to insanity. I wanted to hate. If Death's manifestation were to reveal itself, I could use whatever means possible to decapitate and kill it. However, I understand well enough that resistance against tragedy is meaningless, which is why I'll do what I can to fight as a normal human. I need to return to my existence as a human. The preciousness of living a fleeting life, to face the very few years we are given. We will not accept the fate of succumbing to death only after 20 years of living. Even if I were to depart against my will, I am certain that someone will appear to carry out my wishes.
絶望か救済か
Oh, whether despair or
死神
salvation.
が天秤を傾けるのはどっちでしょう
Is that the nun lady? I'm gonna forget. I forget some character names because it's been so long. But was that the nun lady? Adolphe POV. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna put my jumper back on. Because I'm cold now. I've got my windows open just to kind of like air out my room. Oh. Should I take that? I'm not sure if I should take off the tape. The tape on my arm that's covering my wound. I mean, it should be fine. Tape ripping off my arm hairs. I should shave my arms before going. Ouch. The tape is ripping at my flesh. Ow. God, this tape is sticking a bit too harsh to my arm. Okay, well, let's read. I didn't make it in time. You can hear me from there, right? You guys? Yeah, probably. Oh wait, Cerise died? Oh wait, this happens when Cerise actually dies? She actually manages to finish herself. Then how are we playing a romance game right now if she manages to finish herself? I'm confused. Ouchies.
どうしてこんなことに。
Oh, I probably should have left that on. I'm still bleeding a little bit. That's okay, it's literally a pinprick. Where'd my phone go? Focus on one thing at a time, Dan. Put your... I should have left it on. Now it hurts. And it's still bleeding. I've made mistakes. I have made mistakes. I mean, it's not like I'm dying. Like, it's a little pinprick of blood in the areas. It hurts, but it's ticklish. Like, that's a really weird sensation. Oh, I should have left that on. I should have left that on for a little bit longer. Okay. Wait, okay, I'm putting on. Oh. Oh boy. Where's my mouse? There it is. I can't see my screens because the glare is burning me. Wait. I'm getting messages about D&D. I need to corroborate. can't see. Whatever, I'll do it later. Eh. Ugh, yeah, my arm is tenderized. See, this is the problem with having your what was I gonna say? Your curtains closed all the time. You're so used to darkness in your room that when it's bright you can't see anything because all your screen's brightnesses are set to the minimumist. The minimumist? The minimumist. So then, when you do have them open and the sun's kind of out, you can't see your screens. I do need a... Oh, I'm sitting on it. Of course I'm sitting on it. I'm always sitting on it. Okay. No, geez, that is... Yeah, that is too bright. Okay, I need to get it out of my face just a little bit. Oh. Man, I can't lift anything with my right. I just want to block the sun from the corner. There we go. There we go. I still can't read chat, but since no one's quite here yet, we should be good. Okay. I'm back. Oh, my arm is sore. Yeah, definitely a good plan, I think, to not do. Not do. Tails today. Oh, my tender little sore arm. It's the problem with being a peach, right, as well, because, like, I'm very peachy. In the sense that, I bruise really easily. And, like, I get irritated by, like, stuff like this more often. Okay, so Saria's actually managed to self-end. I lamented as I embraced her soulless body. I closed my eyes. Memories of her living only moments ago flowed endlessly into my mind.
頼むセレスいつもみたいに俺の名を呼んでくれ
Gosh. We're not even a few minutes into the route and it's already giving us depression.
俺はまだお前に何一つ生きる希望を与えていない
She didn't respond. The only thing I could hear were the raindrops on her body and my echoing cries. She wouldn't return, regardless of my regret. She was bound to the curse and forced to leave this world at 18 years old.
認めるものかこんな結末
Oh, wait, what? Did she not? Is this not taking after the part where she tries to off herself? Did she die of the curse? The death that took her from me, the curse and whoever was responsible.
いつかこの手で殺してやる
From the bottom of my heart, I loathed the fate that condemned her to this. I think the thing, yeah. I think the context clue, like, a long time ago, I saw a context thing. Like, I saw a thing that was out of context, but, like, I saw a spoiler, semi-spoiler. That's not even really a spoiler. I saw a post on Twitter about this game that didn't spoil anything directly, but had enough, like, context in it that allows you to figure something out about the game. And I think the thing I figured out, or thought I figured out, is true. And I think what we're going to find out in this route is that Astolfo and Ankou are the same person. They're either two different forms of the same person, i.e., like, Astolfo is Ankou, but he doesn't know he is, or Ankou is just straight up Astolfo. I lived my entire life among corpses. I was a sinister girl who brought misfortune to those around her, known as death itself. That was who I was. I was dreaming. Just like the black lycurus flowers, many, many lives were scattering into the crimson light. The nightmare. The nightmare began in a field of flames. Burning. Crumbling. Just yesterday, this was a special place for smiling children, but... The boy with the bright, innocent smile who told me that my stew was delicious turned into a lump of charred meat that smelled of oil. The burning, crumbling continued to reap the lives of those of my tiny world. Some perished in flames. Some were crushed by the falling debris from the house. One stood without motion, crying and praying over and over again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. It's because I'm here. There was no point to my pathetic tears. They evaporated as soon as I shed them. The wall next to me groaned, and it soon began to crumble and collapse in flames above me as though to take my life. A shadow jumped out of the crumbling wall. I heard the desperation in his voice. That alone was enough for me to understand that it was directed toward me. After all, the boy who had jumped toward me, Eve, was now enduring the flames and suffering that had befallen me. Who are you? Why are you? The boy groaned in anguish as his face burned, but he still grabbed my hand with strength. He was doing his best to somehow lead me to the exit beyond the collapsed wall. The flames burning his flesh only grew. The kind, strong soul who was trying to save me. His face was melting from the flames. He let out a horrific scream. And with that, the memory ended. What? What? What did I do? I simply wanted to live life normally, together with my most beloved child? Cerise, are you preggo? By who? I woke with a silent scream. My body was drenched in sweat, and I could feel my chest heaving and panting with breaths. I tried to calm myself, placing my hand over my heart. I felt it beating. I had not been burned, nor was I cold and lifeless, which meant I'm alive? Why was I alive? Just as I had finished uttering those words, I felt another thought rose within. A dream. I let out a sigh and looked around the room. Yeah, it's too cold. It's getting too cold. Okay, give me a sec. I'm gonna close my window. My room has been aired out enough, I think. That air outside is too cold, man. It is freezing. No, close it. Ready. Yes, this is definitely my room. The images I saw were from my past. A nightmare. All the orphanages looked so similar that my dreams blended into reality easily. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I've been having the same dream over and over again. And I don't remember exactly, but I think I saw something strange just before waking up. No, just stop, Srez. Just the thought of the worst happening makes me feel like it would come true. I'm gonna adjust. Yes, I can. Haha. There we go. That's a bit better. Now you can see my face a bit more. Hey. Just the thought of the worst happening makes me feel like it will come true. I gently shook my head to wake myself up and heard a light knocking at the door.
セレスもう起きてる入っても構わないかしら
Oh, what's her name? I've forgotten some of the NPCs' names, so forgive me. Oh, yes. Please come in. I still haven't had a chance to dress yet, but...
そんなこと気にしなくていいのに私とあなたの仲じゃないおはようセレス今日もとってもいい天気ね
Ugh. Still not... I feel like my mom's dead. Like, really. She came in looking as beautiful as always. Her habit sway... Her habit... Oh, her habit. I'm like, what? Like, that's what the hat's called. The hat she's wearing is called a habit. Swaying gracefully. Good morning, Sister Salome. No, wait. I mean... Good morning, Mother.
よろしい
Oh, my arm feels weird. Like... It's why I haven't donated blood in a while because I'm fine donating blood, right? I'm fine donating blood and doing blood tests and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me. Needles don't bother me. Seeing my own blood come out of my body doesn't bother me. It's the after feeling of my arm just feeling like not sore, like it doesn't hurt. It's just, it's weird. My whole arm feels noodly and weak, and when I move it, it's like, I don't know. It's this weird sensation that I get in my arm after I have blood expelled from me. It's, yeah. It's just weird. which is exactly why we're doing reading today instead of button mashing, like I've said a billion times at this point. But it's like, okay, it's like before when I get really sleepy or like really, really tired and like if I'm warm and I'm comfy and like my body's like, okay, it's sleep time, I'll get this feeling where my body gets like really weak and not numb, but like tingly, and like my arms will get really weak and my legs will get really weak because my body is like in a process of falling asleep very, very slowly. And I'll be unable to like do a very strong clenched fist or like make any big tense movements because my body's slowly going to sleep. It feels like that, but localized to my arm. And I think that's why it's weird, because the rest of me is fine. Like, my left hand can do a clenched fist and, like, a fisty punch fist easy, but my right one cannot right now. My right arm is a noodle. And that's why it's weird, because it's that usual feeling localized to just one area, and it's weird. So, forgive me if I randomly giggle about it. Randomly.
もういきなり昔の他人行儀な呼び方に戻ったものだから、私が何かしちゃったかとびっくりしたわ。
I'm sorry. I must have still been half asleep. Sister Salome. It was 7 years ago after the events of my fiery dream. The founder of this orphanage took me in when I had nowhere else to go. Of all the children raised here, as well as those who've left to stand on their own, lovingly referred to her as Mother. It was she who instructed us to do so. Judging by her appearance alone, I would say she is about the same age as I was. But in this country known as Arpachel, appearance was the least trusted of all. Then again, going strictly by physical age, no one of 23 years or older existed here. Mother, was there something you needed? A task for me to do right away.
ああ、そうそう。そのためにあなたを起こしに来たのよ。もしよかったらなのだけど、これから全員分の朝食を作るの。手伝ってくれないかしら。
Huh? My bewildered response was not because I intended to refuse, but... Mother... It's just that... Aren't the children going to hate that idea?
そうね。あの子たちの嫌いな野菜ばかりをメインにしたら、全員一目散に逃げ出しちゃうかも。セレス、あなたの過去や気持ちを考えれば仕方のないことだと思うけど。
There you go. Okay.
あなたはちょっと自己嫌悪が人より強すぎると思うわ。少なくとも私は純粋にあなたの手料理を久しぶりに食べたいと思っているのに。
God, my arm. Especially my elbow. Sorry. The message and my arm. Every now and again I'll just get like a Oh! Thank you for the resub, Fo. 16 months, jeez. Hi. We're reading today because I have noodle arm. It was supposed to be Tales of today, but we're reading instead because I forgot I had a blood test this morning. So, my right arm is in no condition to be mashing buttons for a boss fight. So, reading today. Hi, Fo. Good morning. Well, good afternoon for you, I think. My whole arm just feels noodly. Yeah, well, I figured that. It's morning for me. It's 10:30 It's 10:30 a.m. for me. I see. Sorry for saying such a thing so early in the morning. Thank you for the lyric. Oh, thank you. How you doing, Foe's room? Jealous of your couch, your sofa seat still. Your laser boy. I'll help prepare breakfast. I just need a moment to change my clothes.
ええ、待ってるわ。
Ah, the kinder mother was, the more I despised myself for always responding with depressing thoughts. Oh, God. Even moving my arm just feels weird, man. Ugh. The stream will probably not be as long. I'll probably only go for a couple hours, maybe. There were 16 people at the orphanage, including myself. The youngest here was 3 years old. The next oldest after me was 13. Unlike Mother, the children here looked their age. After the children finished eating, I quickly got to work cleaning the table when, out of nowhere, Mother asked if I could prepare dinner for 3 tomorrow. Why dinner for 3?
聞いて驚いてちょうだいね。
Adolphe.
実はゆうべ巡回で通りかかった自警団の人から伝言があって、あなたの大事なお兄様アドルフが
Adolphe. Oops.
久しぶりに
Did
戻っ
I
てく
call
る
him
らしいの。
Astolfo? I've been calling him Astolfo. Love how. I'm sorry. Our love interest is not the... Unfortunately, is not the... the twink from Fate Stay Night. From the Fate universe. It would be awesome if he was. I love Astolfo, but no. Adolphe. Oops. Did I call him? I'm pretty sure I called him Astolfo in the fucking, Yeah, I called him Astolfo again. I'm gonna quickly... Adolphe. I called him Astolfo, bruh. Unfortunately, we're not dating the femboy from Fate. The pink-haired femboy from Fate. I wish we could. That'd be great. I love Astolfo, but no. Adolphe. See, this is why I need to play games all in one sitting, or like, as close to possible as I can. Adolphe, not Astolfo. Adolphe.
あさっての巡回担当がこの区域らしいから止めてほしいんですって。
Really? Adolphe? The news was so uplifting that I momentarily forgot my natural reflex to appear strong. Ah, my arm. Adolphe used to live at the orphanage with us, but he is now 21 years old. I used to often cry and look down on myself, and he would always be there to protect me. He was just like a real brother to me. Since leaving the orphanage, he was now living alone. Oh, how to I want to say Kuin, but I don't think Kuin's right. I think it was like Kuna or something. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but I'm gonna say Kuin for now. In Kuin, where the commoners district where we lived, he was the leader of the corps, which looked after public order.
この間もあの子、北のクーネを荒らしていた窃盗団相手に大取り物をしたらしいし。
Oh wait, she said it there.
この間もあの子、北のクーネを荒らしていた窃盗団相手に大取り物をしたらしいし。
Kuna.
この間もあの子、北のクーネを荒らしていた窃盗団相手に大取り物をしたらしいし。この間もあの子、北のクーネを荒らしていた窃盗団相手に。
Kuna. Okay. Kuni pig. I love kunis. Okay, sorry. Distraction.
ここはあの子の活躍をお祝いするささやかな夕食会を3人で開きたいと思って。それならあなたも遠慮なく腕を振るうことができるでしょ。
Yes, if that's the case, then I'll make Adolphe's favorite stew. Suddenly a thought came to mind. But before that, Mother, has Adolphe mentioned anything about his health?
Eh?
You know, because of the curse. I know he's strong and probably doing fine, but I'm still worried. Not long ago, another man, the same age as Adolphe, collapsed.
ああ、そのことね。それなら大丈夫。自警団の人に近況を尋ねてみたけれど、健康そのものですって。風邪をひくどころか、咳一つ出ていないそうよ。
I see. That's good to hear.
それじゃあ、早速今日のお仕事をお願いしてもいいかしら。
Absolutely. Should I clean first? Or tidy up the place? Maybe calculate this month's expenses?
お掃除って2回も言った。あなたは本当にお掃除が好きなのね。でも違うわ。
I cannot
今
relate
回
to
は
that.
夕食会の材料を揃えるためのマルシェへの買い出しと、セルネボルへの手紙のお使いをまたお願いしたいの。
I carried with me the shopping list and the letter given to me by my mother. My first destination was one of the marketplaces in Kuni. Kuni sounds weird. I'm just gonna say Kuin. I know it's wrong. Kuin, that we called a marsh. Marché. The little apostrophe at the end is E. I continued my search through the bustling crowd when...
おい、見ろよ。あの金髪の女、例の施設の。死神だぜ。間違いない。あそこから出てくるの、久しぶりに見たな。
The people enjoying their conversation suddenly stopped chattering. Their cold eyes turned toward
バ
me.
カ、声がでけえ。目をつけられたら呪い殺されるぞ。呼吸を止められて窒息死するか、高熱が出て衰弱死するか、突然血ヘドを吐いて死ぬか。いやいや、7年前のあの火災みたいに家ごと燃やされて焼け死ぬかもしれないぜ。
冗談じゃないわよ。私なんかまだ新しい体も用意していないのよ。 不意打ちみたいに殺されて完全に死ぬのだけはごめんだわ。
聞けばあの養護施設でもちょくちょく体調を崩してるやつがいるようじゃないか。よく平気で居座れるよな。
All the hushed whispers I could hear were clearly about me. I looked towards the gossipers and they met my eye. And as they met my eye, they quickly turned away with expressions of disgust and fear. Hello. I would like to buy some things today. I forced myself to smile and appear unbothered by the situation. The familiar routine did not make me feel sad at all, just lonely. The mere sight of death shopping for food somehow struck fear into their hearts. They watched me from afar with the usual suspicion. Oh, God. It was no secret. The soul of death dwelled within my body. My existence spread misfortune to others, often worse than death alone. There were some out there who laughed off the superstitious story at first, but after hearing the details of my life, their laughter eventually subsided. After all, most who had become close to me for an extended period of time died an early death brought about by sudden accidents or severe illnesses, which is why I'm referenced to as Death, the Reaper, and other such names. There were two types of curses that I inflicted upon others. One was contracting an incurable illness of unknown origin after becoming close to me. The other was a particular curse that had happened only once before. Oh, the fire. The memory of flames returned to mind. The curse harbored inside me brought about such a great fire. It was 7 years ago, at the start of my life. I lost my parents immediately upon birth. Until the age of 11, I moved from one orphanage to another. We learnt that. Didn't we learn in, was it Sven? Was it Sven's route or Eve's route? Where, Shien, not Sven. Shien. In Shien's or Eve's route that her parents had committed suicide to prove their love was real to Shien. I think that's what happened. And then it turned out that because her parents died that night in the Lycaris field, and that's also where Ceres was born, her DNA got kind of mixed with the Lycaris flowers, and that's why she has, like, she's effectively a walking black Lycaris flower, because the black Lycaris toxins kind of merged with her as she was born. I think that's what we learned in Eve's / Shien's routes. My curse was evident even then, with many suspicious deaths occurring around me. Sometimes the founder would die, other times it was the children. Or the facility itself would be destroyed. At first, everyone was sympathetic to my story. I get distracted by Discord messages. At first, everyone was sympathetic to my plight as an unlucky orphan. But the strange deaths continued to follow me. Things slowly began to change. Soon, I was regarded as a bad omen and expelled from most places. Finally, I found myself in an orphanage that was well known and held in high esteem. Not only the adults, but the children were kind to everyone. They gave no need to the rumors and treated me well, without any hint of fear. They consoled me, understanding the grief of loss and loneliness that I had felt all my life. Before long, I forgot that I was a source of misfortune, and began to live a life of peace and harmony with everyone else. And then the Fire Nation attacked. Quite literally, the fire attacked. But one day, the happiness I had long sought suddenly crumbled away. It started in the room where I stayed, a room absent of any sources of fire. Out of nowhere, a light sparked through the room, followed by a snapping sound. Suddenly there was an explosion. Didn't we also learn that someone started this fire? Like, I'm fairly certain, I mean, I could be wrong, I could be misremembering, but I'm fairly certain that in another route, either Eve's or, probably was Eve's or Cien's routes, can't remember. I'm pretty sure we learned that someone purposefully set this fire. That someone was outside her window and set the fire off. I could be wrong. The flames that resulted quickly engulfed the facility. All the residents burned to death except for a young boy visiting the orphanage who managed to save me in the process. A fire had been born from nothing, killing innocent children without mercy. Sorry, you missing. When you can't reply, just button mash. How could it be considered anything but a curse, a misfortune, even witchcraft? With each fire and each new death from sickness and disease, I carried another sin upon my back, leading the people to refer to me as Death. It didn't take long for everyone to follow suit. From then on, people threw stones at me. Without a place to go or the courage to take my own life, I fell into despair. It was then that Adolphe and Mother found me and brought me to the orphanage, where I've stayed to this day. I feel incredible gratitude toward them both. I finished my shopping with that thought in mind, making my way out of the marché and to the my next stop to deliver the letter.
みんな忙しいところすまない。僕の恋人が死んでしまったんだ。遺体を運び出すのを手伝ってくれないか？
I noticed a man asking for help at outside a nearby house. Despite the solemn nature of death, he spoke about it with levity in his voice.
ああ、そういえばお嬢さんはそろそろ23歳だったが、かなり長生きした方だよな。
研究所の方に誓約書は提出しているか？それから遺伝子と記憶のバックアップも。
それはもちろん。そのためにお金を2人で稼いできたんだからね。さあ、急ごう。早く研究所まで遺体を持って行って。彼女のクローン体を作ってもらわないとだ。
The people quickly got to work, familiar with what was a common routine to them. A few minutes later, the body of the woman was carried away on a makeshift stretcher in a somewhat careless manner. Her face was left uncovered, and it felt strange to see them carry her away like a bundle of bones. I suppose that's the way everyone treats the dead. I suppose the way everyone treats the dead differs. It was not particularly surprising, both casual reporting of the death and as well as the way they carried away the body. The process was considered normal here. I continued on my way to deliver Mother's letter, walking in the same direction as the body that was disappearing into the distance. I thought came to mind. That man's girlfriend died just before she turned 23 years old. That's incredible. It's quite a feat to live that long. Maybe she was healthy and as strong as Adolphe.
「四方を海と黒いリコリスに囲まれた小国アルペシェール」。
No, hey.
「この国で生まれ育った人間は
What button
は
is
る
it
か
to?
昔
Nope.
この土地を司る死神が振りまいたという恐ろしい呪いにより」。
There you go. I was like, what button is it to make the text box go away? Bruh. I'm being bullied.
長くとも23年しか生きることができない。
First, the curse slowly ate away at one's lungs. Those of frail constitution usually had symptoms arise in early youth. Once the person reached 20 years of age, an unsettling fatigue and breathing difficulty set in, and when they reached 22, they succumbed to various ailments, exhibiting more severe symptoms of their aging. And finally, should a person somehow survive until 23 years old, they're on the brink of death, unable to even get out of bed. No, none made it to their next year, and they all met their end by vomiting blood and suffocating to death.
かつてただ一人この地に流れ着いた異国からの来訪者。今は漂流者と呼ばれる多くの知識をもたらした一人の青年は恐れ、こう呼んだ。
死神に見入られた国。
Indeed. It began around 60 years ago. Located in the country's center was the research district, Cernaval, where a particular technology was employed, altering the concept of life and longevity. Before fading to dust. Bleh. I handed the letter to the guard at the gate, and then walked away a few steps before turning around to look back up at the grand structure. I'd visited this facility a number of times to deliver letters from Mother, but I'd never stepped foot inside, not even once. Come to think of it, I wonder who the letter was for. My long-held curiosity finally came out in words. The letters I discovered had something called an ID on them that was assigned to those who worked at the research facility. Based on that, I assumed Mother's friend or acquaintance was a research worker here. He's the research worker, actually. I'm still surprised she knows someone at the Institute. Is Mother some kind of prominent figure by chance, or perhaps she used to work here herself? That can't be it. Mother told me she's been managing the orphanage for a long time. Then I noticed a number of people exiting the facility. Isn't that?
この度は大変お世話になりました。
Ah, yeah, the girlfriend who doesn't love her boyfriend anymore.
クローン体になるのはこれが初めてですけど、聞いていた以上に快適なんですね。
死ぬ直前の倦怠感や苦しさが嘘のようでしょ。
She nodded joyfully, and I realized she was the person who died back at the house in Kuin.
本当に無事に終わってよかった。これでまた二人支え合いながら一緒に暮らせるね。
ええ、まあ、そうね。
I was certain she was the same person, especially after seeing the man from before standing next to her. It didn't take long for her to return. On her arm was a brand new insignia, shining brightly, one that she didn't have on her previous body. Oh, BRB. Sweet. Ooh, that was the flat inspection lady. I'm back. We're good. Flat has been inspected. Based on what I could gather, it seemed that she chose to live the same life for another 23 years before dying from the curse again. "60 years ago, the people of Arpachel lamented their short, ill-fated lives. Harnessing the knowledge and technology from the Drifter returned hope to them. After extensive research, a unique system was created to extend the people's longevity.
それを可能としたのは2つの技術。クローンの作成システムと記憶のダウンロードシステム。呪いにより限界を迎え、死を迎えた肉体を破棄。代わりに本人の遺伝子から作り出した人に酷似した生命、つまりはクローン体へとあらかじめ脳から取り出しておいた記憶データを移行し、同一人物として生命活動を再開させる。この方法により国民は限りある23年の人生を繰り返すことが可能となった。この技術を用いクローン体となって永遠と23年生きては死んでを続けていく。
Reliver.
リライバーと
Ah! My favorite serial killer.
人々はそう呼び、あるいは名乗っています。
A gentle voice spoke to the children about the nature of life in this country. Upon my return to the orphanage, I came across the usual visiting teacher in the middle of a lesson with the children. Seeing the lively class environment, I couldn't help but admire his ability to motivate the children's desire to learn. The lecturer was Lucas Proust. Oh, one of my favorite red flags. He traveled across the country visiting orphanages and other homes in order to educate children in academics. He was an avid churchgoer and a devout believer in God. I was careful not to interrupt their lesson. I moved to the corner of the room to put away the groceries I had purchased, then quietly moved on to some daily chores. Come to think of it, we're out of cleaning rags. I guess I can make more using some scraps. I shouldn't make too much noise. The class continued as I got to work, but I couldn't seem to keep from listening in on their lesson going on so close by.
失礼。それでは授業を再開します。次のページを開いてください。
He went on to explain that what was needed to create relivers and how memories were downloaded. He then talked about how the Institute was the lifeline of the country and allowed it all to be possible. Mother came to visit during the lesson and helped Lucas explain the nature of relivers in detail. Class was dismissed. Mother guided the children to the main room to play, rest, sleep, or lounge to their heart's content. God, I hate when it takes me like 5 tries to spell the simplest word. Dyslexicast, motherfucker. That be me. Thank you for teaching the children. Oh, thank you for teaching the children such an important subject. In Mother's absence, I thanked Lucas for his service. I have to say, you're always looking fun whether you teach the children. Whenever you teach the children, regardless of the subject.
ええ。私の敬愛する慈悲深き神に習い。
I wonder if someone born on the island and then taken off the island somewhere else would live past 23. Or are you fucked the moment you're born on the island? Because we haven't really gotten confirmation for that. Because like we've gotten confirmation that the reason why everyone gets sick at 23 is because it takes that, like, it takes a certain amount of years for it to actually start making you sick. Like, it's an exposure thing. The more you're exposed, the longer you're exposed to it, the more predisposed to sickness you get. Which is why, like, by the time you reach 23 years old, you've been exposed to the black licorice so much that it kills you.
無垢でいい子な子供たちが自分らしい生き方を選べるよう必要な知識を教え導いていく。
Still being bullied in DMs. It's fine. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
教師はまさに
I'm teasing my
神
friend.
から与えられた私の天職だと思っていますよ。
Oh, I love you, Lucas. Lucas clasped his hands together in appreciation as he spoke. He began visiting the orphanage several years before receiving his teaching credential. Issued by the Institute. Back then, Mother and another teacher taught me the very basics of education. I may have only learned from him once before, perhaps twice. On that basis, it was difficult to say we knew each other well, but for some reason, Lucas didn't seem to concern himself with the rumors about me. Instead, he treated me as if I was one of his students, speaking to me in a friendly manner despite my lack of conversational skills. Suddenly, a certain memory flashed through my mind, likely in response to the class, as well as recent thoughts about the past. Come to think of it, Lucas, if I'm not mistaken, you're 22 this year, aren't you? If so, then...
はい。私にも決断の時が近づいています。 むしろ今からでは遅すぎるぐらいでしょうか。
Which meant that he still hadn't made preparations to become a reliver and overcome the curse of death. Which we know he would never. Lucas coughed slightly, no doubt from the effects of the curse. Every so often he coughed like this. It was a reminder of the death that awaited him. Are you all right? Let me get some water. Maybe I should move away from you too.
いえ、お構いなく。おとなしくしていればすぐに収まります。何より君の存在の有無が体調に影響を及ぼしているわけでは決してありませんから。ほら、もう元気になりました。
He forced himself to take a deep breath, then gave a gentle smile. But you're forcing yourself to look fine even though you're not, right?
かもしれません。この咳との付き合いにもすっかり慣れてしまいまして。
Okay, sorry. I saw. Wait. Ah.
今ではちょっと深呼吸をするだけで発作が収まったりします。
Oh my god, game update, Genshin Impact! I don't play that game, but thanks, Epic Game Store. Fuck off. Giant pop-up on my screen. Well, not a giant pop-up, it's like a little banner at the corner. But like, for me, that's like a big part of my screen. Go away. No. Right, yeah, because he has the genetic modification. Not modification, genetic mutation to be, like, super strong. He went on to add that he was also taking medicine for his condition every day. That's amazing. I've never seen or heard of anyone able to suppress the side effects of the curse. The curse of death that haunted the country didn't strike exactly when a person turned 23 years old. It was rare to encounter people who actually lived to 23 while remaining healthy. I was just like, yes. Bruh. What do I even say to that? Man. Lucas working at 22, and Adolphe still being able to string... I can't read. My brain is not functioning. Being able to swing a sword at 21 were among the exceptional cases. The side effects from the curse were very similar to the nature of the disease itself. The talented scientists at the Institute continued to conduct research day in and day out, but they hadn't been able to uncover the truth behind the curse of death. If he could turn himself into a reliver, then he could probably continue his work as a teacher, free from the suffering of the curse. But
この国に革命をもたらしたリライバーも決して万能の技術ではなく、お金以外にもまだ大きな代償を払う必要がありま。
assuming he does become a reliver, what would happen if he lost his passion and love as a teacher for his students?
セレス君。
Yes, Lucas. Noticing my silence, he spoke my name. I looked up and saw his beautiful face, giving me a reassuring smile to ease my troubled thoughts.
私のことなど気にせず。どうか、君も将来は悔いのない選択をしてください。健やかに、自分の心にまっすぐであれ。それが先生が教え子に願うたった一つのことです。
I love Lucas. Ow. Every now and again, I get this weird, like, ugh feeling from my arm. But hey, it's not bleeding anymore. Ow. Ha! What? No. Why did I poke it? Why did I do that? 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 I poked the needle injection point from my blood test, and my whole arm went bleh. Like my whole arm just spazzed out. I'm panic laughing now. Jesus. Oops. Okay, not doing that again. Do not poke my needle wound. The midnight air was filled with silence. A choice I won't regret. I sat on my bed as I pondered over the words Lucas told me before he left. He said it directly to me. It must be his way of showing concern since I'd be turning 20 soon, which was when most began to show symptoms. He was telling me to think long and hard about whether I really wanted to become a reliver. I heard coughing from behind the wall. I recognized it as from Milo. I think it's pronounced Milo. In this game, it's Milo, the second oldest living here. Oh, so Milo's 13? Because before she said the second youngest was 13. Milo's that old? I thought he was like 6 or 7. He's 13? Okay. His shitty attitude makes more sense now. Or less sense. You should be more sure of that, Milo. Unable to hold back, I quietly exited my room and went to the shared room where Milo slept. Noticing the door slightly ajar, I slowly took a peek inside.
Mama, 苦しい。息ができない。
I'm really sad that in the Japanese audio has them calling Salome mum.
Mama, 苦しい。息
Yeah.
が
Well, they're saying mamu, but that's just because katakanizing mum. They're calling her mum, and it makes me sad that the localization didn't just have it be mum. They translated it to mother. I don't get to see mum often, M-U-M instead of M-O-M in shit, you know? It feels nice to see mum. Milo was feverish as he panted heavily between pained coughs. Mother was doing her best to care for him as the other children looked on with anxiety.
やっぱりこんな施設入るんじゃなかった。どうせあいつが死神が俺のこと呪ったんだろ。気味悪がったから腹いせに。俺知ってるんだぞ。今の俺みたいにあいつがいた養護施設や家の人間は病気や事故で23年よりもっと早く子供も大人もバタバタ死んでいった。あの火事だってあいつが魔術で起こしたって。
違うのよミロ。あの子はそんなことしない。たまたまあの子の周りに体が弱い人が多かっただけ。火事だって偶然で。
だったらなんでこの施設に来た途端俺の体調は悪くなったんだよ。父さんと母さんが死んでここに来る前までは一回もこんな症状出なかったのに。
それは。
Seeing Milo suffer like this, Mother was unable to say much more. I wasn't sure what to do myself either. The best I could do was move as far away as possible, since I had caused his suffering. I should go outside until he recovers. I quietly got dressed and walked out to the crisp night air. My trek took me to the country's edge. Since it wasn't very large, one could walk from one side to the other in the span of a day. It didn't take long for me to arrive at the nearest beach from the district where I lived. I looked far into the dark blue horizon. The sound of waves from unknown lands beyond echoed in my ears. I gazed at the open field of black licorice, spread out before me. As I reached out slowly and gently, my fingers softly brushed against a flower with black petals and a dash of red. A sign stood nearby. Those who wish to avoid death, keep away from the flowers of misfortune. Do not touch the licorice nuage. The warning was stated boldly along with the king's faded signature. What a shame. They may be a little dark in color, but up close they're so pretty. The black licorices. Though there is no official records, they were said to exist hundreds of years ago. They grew like a wall around the island, with their flowers in bloom throughout the year. The black licorice was essentially the symbol of this country, and yet hardly anyone went near them to appreciate their beauty. That was because they were the flowers of misfortune and death. So in the previous routes, we learnt that the licorice is actually, the flower itself is not toxic. Originally, all the flowers on the island were red, but they've turned black because they're absorbing toxic shit in the soil. So the soil of the island is toxic, or like there's poisons in it, and the lycrases are absorbing all that to kind of, they're trying to purify the land by using the lycras to absorb all the bad shit, because the lycras has a special, in this world, I'm not sure if it exists in real life, but the lycras have the special element or gene, like flower gene in them, that allows them to absorb negativity and corruption. So that's why they're everywhere. They're grown to absorb the shit in the land. But no one knows that now. Like that reasoning has been forgotten to time. So that everyone just thinks they're a malignant curse. That was what these beautiful lycrases were known by as the masses. As the name implied, whenever someone tried to pick these flowers or remove them, the great expanse of the lycras field. For some inexplainable reason, it hastened the curse of death that we all harbored within our bodies. With the cases where some even perished the moment they picked the first flower. The flowers were abhorred as I was for their connection to death. You person? Hey, hello. Welcome, you person. Probably not pronouncing that right. How is you? Well, it was a strange thought to have. There was a very... That was the very reason why, there we go. The field of lycras flowers felt very close to me. We were too similar for me to feel any fear toward them. Most of all, there was never anyone around. It was the perfect place to sit in silence. I hope Milo was okay. I wanted to go inside the room and take care of him. I wanted to tell him that I was sorry. But I knew that going near him would only worsen his condition. Which is why I was given a room for myself, so that I wouldn't be too close to the others. Yes, for clarification, I've played through every other route to Spear End already. This is La Salut. La Salut? Le Salut. It's Le, right? Le? Yeah, Le. It's Le Salut. So we are on Ankou and Adolphe's routes. I've just started this. This is my first time playing Le Salut. So yeah, I'm just going through the common route again to refresh myself. So yeah, I know, at full force. It has been a depressing road. It's been a very depressing road, but after we've finished Les Salut, I'm gonna be looking forward to what the Salvation Ends look like. I do. I love this. It's so sad. I'm a bit confused at the beginning because we saw Cerez. I mean, I have a theory. I have a theory. I have a theory that I've kind of maybe half been confirmed by Twitter, by a potential Twitter on spoiler, a potential spoiler on Twitter. My current theory is that Adolphe and Ankou are the same person. Well, they're either different forms of the same person, like two halves of the same person. Like Ankou is one half and then Adolphe is the other half, and like they need to come together to be the one person again. Or they just straight up are the same person and Adolphe for some reason either doesn't remember being Ankou or is just pretending not to know anything about Ankou. That's my current theory. And I feel like I saw a spoiler on Twitter that may have confirmed that, but the thing on Twitter I saw had like no context to it and was literally just like a screenshot of the game that didn't have like any outright spoilers on it. Just the quote of the person who tweeted it was like, that's a bit... Through context, I feel like you could figure it out, but yeah, that's my current theory. I feel like they're the same person. I mean, I noticed it anyway. Like, if it is true, and my theory is correct, it's kind of... I feel like it's not too hard to figure out, or at least this isn't a difficult theory to come up with, because if you look at their sprites, they share similarities in their hair and the way they're drawn that I feel like you could put two and two together, but yeah. Yeah, we're still going through the common route, I think, because I was told that Salut has its own common route that's separate. Because, yeah, we had to pick specifically Salut when starting a new game. I never went near any sources of fire or other such places when no one was around. Perhaps my efforts were being rewarded. So far, there had been no deaths. I would even say the effects of my curse were eased. While some still showed symptoms, they were of a mild nature. Mother cared for them to avoid things taking a turn for the worse. I must have let my guard down this time. Poor Cerez, man. But yeah, I was just saying before you popped in, you parson, that stuff we've learned from previous routes is that the Lycruses are absorbing toxic shit in the soil, and that's why they're black. And they're like more potent poison. I can't remember exactly what is the reason why the earth of the island is toxic. I only remember that they're absorbing toxic shit in the earth, and Eve's family were sent to look after them and make sure they're maintained. And that Cerez is the way she is because her parents committed suicide in the Lycrus field, and she was born in the Lycrus field on that night because her parents were trying to prove to Chien that, hey, love is great and you should give a shit about it. And that's kind of all I remember, because it's been a few months. I finished Eve's route, I think, sometime just in February? And then took a few months off because we were playing another game. So I'm hoping my memory is good enough to remember. I hope that's remembered correctly. Without Mother, who knew how many casualties could have occurred because of my presence? The misfortune I brought upon others was no different from the curse of death, in that none of us fully understood it. But unlike the curse of death, my presence brought with it disasters that occurred randomly and without warning. Sorry. If someone were to die because of me, and they weren't contracted with the Institute, they wouldn't be able to revive as a reliver. Because of that, I understood why Milo and the others were afraid of me to the point of hatred. Relivers. It was only this afternoon that Lucas spoke about the idea with me, but I had no intention of becoming a reliver. Without a doubt, I would be the rebirth of the same soul of death that had cursed this place. I was death itself. I doubted that my powers of misfortune would disappear just because I changed my physical body. But for now, for a little longer, until I die from death's curse, I pray that I can stay under Mother's protection in a place Adolphe calls home. I pray that I can live in that warm, kind facility until the very end. I didn't care if my soul would be judged down in Hades after I had died, so please, as I prayed to the unseen God that Lucas said resides in the heaven above. Huh? We're gonna see Eve crying at the flowers now. A strong gale blew in from the ocean. The wind whipped up countless black and red petals around me. The slight red glow in the fearsome jet-black petals was bewitching and beautiful. I was captivated by the storm of flowers for a moment before I noticed. Oh, how's Bundle? I love him. Oh, he's so pretty. In the middle of the lycra's field stood a young man wearing a half-mask. He lovingly caressed the lycra's flowers that everyone so feared. I could see tears flowing silently from his uncovered eye. The moonlight faintly illuminated his hair and the lycrases around him. As the petals danced in the wind, the young man turned to the rest of the flowers of death that stood silently.
愛しているよ
He spoke in a compassionate voice. It was a hauntingly beautiful sight. The idea that someone other than myself could love these lycra flowers transfixed me. I love you. Perhaps noticing my presence, the young man turned around and looked straight at me.
君はもしかして
Eve, I know, Eve, my beloved. I love him so much. I remember what his scars look like, and from what I remember, they're not even that bad. Although, the art of his scars are slightly different to what they're described in-game. Obviously. My body froze. I immediately realized how rude it was of me to stare at someone crying. I'm sorry.
あ、待ってくれ
I quickly apologized and fled the scene as fast as I could. Flee!
言ってしまったみっともないところを見せちゃったかなあの綺麗な金色の髪もしかして7年前の
I ran from the masked man, making my way back to the commoners district. Mathis! Yes, I think... I mean, as a VTuber, I am a homunculus. So Mathis has, like, brownie points. Spoilers, because he's also a homunculus. So I'm like, hey yo! Homunculi represent! I love him. He gets bonus points for being a homunculus as well. But I do like Shien a lot as well. Oh god, Shien's despair end, like his main one, is kind of the happiest despair end we have. Because, like, someone dies, Ceres dies, the ally dies, or fucking gets their personality warped over. But like, Xian's despair end is kind of happy because they are technically together as themselves-ish. Like, Mathes's is kind of the most fucked up, in my opinion, because, like, yes, in Lucas's route, Ceres dies and Lucas marries a skeleton. But like, Mathes's, I think, is the most fucked up. And Xian's is the happiest for some reason, because at least they're together. Like, yes, Ceres is a voice in his head, but she's herself. At the very least. Oh, yeah, like, this is all fiction. Like, this is all fictional tastes. I don't think I could deal with Xian in real life. I am a hopeless romantic. I thrive and desire romantic gestures and, like, super romance and lovey-dovey shit. Me and Xian would not get on in real life. Mathes's story was so cute. That ending. Oh yeah, working with Xian would probably be fantastic. He would be the best colleague ever. He would get shit done without needing to be asked. And he'd do it well. He might be a bit stubborn if you disagree on something, but yeah. As luck would have it, no one was around. My sudden appearance didn't seem to cause a commotion. I must have taken the road that led back to the orphanage without realizing it. I had to get away from there, but was it just me, or was that masked person just as startled as I was? We didn't know each other, so he must have been surprised to see me watching him cry. Or perhaps he knew that, through the rumors, that I was the Reaper that everyone had despised. Still, I hadn't seen any fear in his eyes, only astonishment. What a strange person. The thing that had left a strong impression was the delicate mask that covered half of his face. Maybe. So you relate. Yeah. Oof. Ooh. That's cool though. Like, anything specific, or just like, is it biology, marine stuff, pharmacies? I wish I was smart enough for science. I am not smart enough for science. There's a reason why I'm streaming online instead of working. Huh? That part of his face he was covering. His face. Burn. Burn, baby, burn. Sorry. And the color of his hair. I suddenly gasped. It can't be. Is he the same person from before? My face went pale with memories flooding into my mind when... Ooh. No. Nerd ramble. I love nerd rambling. I'm dumb as hell, so I love learning. I love hearing about stuff. Medicine's cool. My aunt is a nurse, so I know like a few things that she's picked up. But my aunt mostly works with mental health patients that need like extra care. All right, we're about to find a bunch of dead people. Sorry, that's a weird topic shift. The sound of dripping water brought me back to reality. What should have been a faint sound grew until it rang in my ears. It seemed to come from the dim alley that extended from the road. There I heard it again. It's not raining, is it? I mumbled the words to myself in an effort to regain my composure. Maybe. Someone must have gotten to shut off one of the communal well pumps shared by the surrounding houses. If so, the water might flood the area around the well by morning, which could cause some trouble to those living here. I thought about it for a moment. Even if I'm deaf, touching the pump won't cause it to explode, will it? Ah, I love Ceres and her overthinking. Chronic overthink. I relate to that a lot. I decided to head into the alley to at least confirm where the dripping was coming from. I walked through the darkness. Oh no. Lucas has been doing his part-time job again. I could hear the water. No, I could hear something much heavier dripping that created damp layers of sound. I continued through the winding alley until I came upon an open area. The smell of iron filled the air as I felt wet droplets hitting me. Huh? I gazed in a stupor at the sight before my eyes. It was different from vivid flames or lycoris. Everything was covered in a dull red. On the ground were a pile of bodies. As I looked on bewildered at the scene, the two shadowy figures staggered towards me. The last two crumbled into a pool of blood at my feet. I slowly sank to the ground at the scene unfolding in front of me. Looking forward, I saw a pool of blood and the bodies lying on the ground. My eyes met one of those bodies. No. Yeah. I'm not screaming.
セレス
Best viewers on Suck My Nards. Go away. Ben. Ooh. So you're kind of like a jack of all trades kind of thing. But yeah, my aunt works with disabilities, mostly mental, but yeah. Prosthetics? Prosthetics sounds cool though. Man, that's cool. I'm impressed. You sound really smart. You sound like a very smart person. I'm not a smart person. I felt somebody's warmth surrounding me and pulling me in close.
無事か今の悲鳴は
Adolphe. Adolphe. The brother I grew up with at the orphanage. But I thought he was supposed to return tomorrow night. Why is he here? At the moment, I was sure he had even more questions than I did. I keep getting notifications. I need to delete Instagram. Oh, okay, that makes sense. After confirming my safety, he looked around to discover the horror of the situation.
セレスここで一体何があった
What happened? He was asking me. Who? What? I was deaf. The people here. What did I do to them? No. I didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything. I just happened to see this. But I didn't curse anyone here at all. I didn't do anything, but My body and my voice shook. But I'm here. Why? Why do I keep cursing people and killing them? Adolphe's angry voice stopped me from speaking any further. Seeing me shrink back and lower my head, Adolphe stopped too.
すまん
Oh,
俺の
Adolphe.
尋ね方が悪かった
Yeah, see, his hair is like if you give I'm pretty sure if you take Adolphe, make his hair white and make his eyes red, he would look exactly like Ankou, and that's why I think they I think that's why they're related to each other. Either they're the same person, or I guess they could be siblings, but I don't know. I'm not sold on that. Adolphe let out a heavy sigh, giving my back a reassuring rub.
そうだ分かってんじゃねえかお前は何もしてねえよお前は人を呪うなんて大層な力は持ってない
That isn't
どこに
correct.
でもいる小
We
娘
know that's not correct now. She literally is a... Cerise is basically a walking licorice flower. Black licorice flower. She's absorbed the miasma.
ただまと運が悪いだけの俺の大事な妹分だただまあさすがにここまでだと教会に十字架をもらいに行くのもありな気もしてきたな
I'm not gonna lie. I know it's because... Okay. I don't mean to shit on the artist. I know it's because of the perspective here, but he looks kind of cross-eyed. Like, the right eye is just too... I don't know. It doesn't look quite right to me. Oh. Time and time again. Every time everyone said I was death, I heard the same familiar voice. A voice that was sometimes brusque, but one that always tried to calm me down. The kind and caring voice of Adolphe. It was because of him I could regain my sense of calm and breathing. But in contrast...
こりゃ一面血だらけじゃねえか
ひでえ男も女も関係なく死んでんじゃねえか
Hearing my screams, a large crowd of people began to gather.
おい見ろよ死神の娘が嫌がるぞ
まさかこれ全部あの子が殺したの？
なあおいあんた自警団のリーダーだろなんでその死神をとっ捕まえないんだ
この状況どう見てもこいつの仕業じゃねえかさっさと牢へぶち込めよ
黙れ
Adolphe's glare of contempt stopped the crowd's accusations in an instant.
死者に手を合わせることも悲しむこともせず開口一番に出るのが若い娘一人への罵倒かよ昔からとことん変わらねえなこの国の人間の性根は
Yeah. Adolphe slowly took my arm and brought me to my feet. He wiped the blood off my cheek with his sleeve.
こいつらには構うなこのまま施設まで戻るぞ俺らの母さんがマムがきっと心配してる
Mum. Adolphe acted as my support as we walked out of the alley, but
なんてこったこいつは俺の息子にその恋人だようやく両思いになれたばっかだってのに
the sorrow and anger I could hear behind me pierced my heart. Tonight, this mass murder sent a wave of shock throughout the district, similarly to the fire from before. Until now, most residents simply avoided me out of fear and their hatred of death, but tonight only made things worse. Ma Petrogna. Ooh, Adolphe POV. Let's go, let's go, let's go. While supporting Ceres, I found another alley we could walk through there, so as to not draw more attention. It was silent the entire way. Since I normally didn't talk much, I was having a hard time figuring out what to say that would make her feel better. Especially now that Ceres was feeling exhausted after what happened. The one thing I knew I could do for her was... I stopped for a moment and moved myself away from Ceres. With my back toward her, I knelt down enough that she could reach me. Oh, piggyback ride! Bruh. I turned around to Ceres and said,
ノーレ、少しでも早く施設に戻りたいだろ。
But I've already been enough of a bother for you tonight.
迷惑なわけがあるか。だいたいガキの頃は転んで涙目になるたびに 俺が背負ってやってただろ。
I might only go for another 30 minutes. Another half hour or so before I end stream. It's already been 2 hours. And I'm starting to get a bit tired. Man, having blood work done really just tires me out, man. It's exactly why I started to do Virche today instead of any action game. I gave her a look to tell her to hurry up. My foster sister understood my meaning and shyly leaned her weight against me. 2 hours of stream. Sorry. Yeah, I had a blood test. I had to do a blood test this morning. I originally planned to play an action game, like a JRPG game, but I get kind of tired and woozy. Well, not woozy, but like, I get eepy and a bit weak after blood tests, and I was told not to do heavy lifting for the rest of the day, so... Oh! Thank you for the follow! New person! Welcome to the Alchemates! What was I saying? So yeah, after blood tests I get kind of like that, so I figured it wouldn't be a good idea to button mash on an action game, because we're coming up to a boss fight in that anyway, so I was like, let's read instead. I wrapped my arms under her legs and stood up carefully as to not lose my balance.
いつの間にか、ずいぶん身長が伸びたな。
I haven't carried her on my back like this since we were kids. I began walking home as I thought about the past, despite the situation we were in now. I'm sorry, Adolphe. She whispered an apology in my ear.
お前に謝られる理由なんて俺にはねえよ。心配すんな。また誰かがお前を責め立てたとしても必ず守ってやる。
No, Adolphe.
ありもしない罪への罰なんて与えさせやしね。
Yes, even if it ended up hurting someone else. It was
俺は
because...
お前の兄だからな。
Thank you. Ceres rested her face against my shoulder and responded in a soft voice. No, Adolphe. I love you. The tragic night had come to a close, and the gentle morning light shone into my room. Each time the memories of what I saw flashed through my mind, my hand involuntarily rose to my mouth. Adolphe, who had protected me last night, convened with his patrol unit after bringing me back, then returned to the scene to investigate what had happened. It's okay, it's just Lucas having his hobby, doing his part-time job, killing for a cult, you know, the basic stuff. The simple things. Mother greeted us with a pale face when we arrived. Just as Milo had finally started to settle down, I had come home covered in blood. I can only imagine what went on in her mind, on top of that. Mother. I slowly took a peek outside the window.
いい加減にしてくれ
Angry
よ
mob
シスタ
time.
ーサロメ。今まではあんたの顔を立てて見逃してきたが、もう限界だ。
なんで何も悪くない私たちがあんな不吉な娘に怯えながら暮らさないといけないの？
You all suck and you're all awful people.
不幸をまき散らすなら施設の中だけでやってくれる？
Oh yeah. Mother was surrounded by a group of angry people venting their frustrations. It's been a few hours since the incident. Despite the short time that had elapsed, even the newspaper had published an article about my involvement without verifying the facts. I somehow held back the urge to run out to her aid. After all, it would only make matters worse. Before Adolphe went out to his with his patrol unit, he told me very sternly to stay put in my room until things settled down.
あんたもいい加減あの死神の恐ろしさが分かったろ。さっさとこの施設から追放してその辺りでのたれ死にでもさせればいい。
See, and also because it doesn't make sense that it's a bunch of random people. If a bunch of people were gonna die because of her miasma, then everyone at the orphanage would be dead. Because they've been near her longer, you know?
お引き取りください。私は今回の件にあの子が関与しているとは思いません。
I'm getting EP.
何より、
It's only lunchtime. It is noon.
不幸が起き
I
たの
woke up really early. I have no idea what possessed me. I have no freaking idea what possessed me to set my freaking blood test at 8 a.m. Well, no, okay, I think I do. I put it at 8 a.m. because like if it's at 8 a.m. I'll get up early, do the blood test, and then I don't have to do it for the rest of the day. I don't have to sit in wait mode for it to happen at 5 or something. But because of that, I had to get up at 6. Yeah, I had to get up at 6. No, I didn't. I need to get up at 7. Still, that's early to me. I usually don't wake up until like 9 a.m. on a day where I don't have work. I usually don't wake up before 9 or 10 on a non-work day. So that's early for me. That coupled with the fact that getting my blood drawn just makes me bleh is bruh. Maybe you're just I cause myself issues every day. Some on purpose, some are not on purpose. Auto aggression? I'm gonna have to Google what that means.
今までただの一度も思ったことはありませんから。
Mother, Mummy. Oh. Okay, not gonna sneeze. Mother remained graceful and resolute in the face of their accusations. After a moment of disbelief, the crowd began to counter her statement when...
いや、ごめんね。ちょっと通してくれるかな。
Ah, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Auto as a prefix means yourself. I forget that. I just think auto, I'm like, automatic? Cars? I don't like cars. I'm not like a mechanic person, but I'm just like, cars.
あんたらも群れるのが好きだね。こんなみっちり詰まりに詰まって暑苦しくねえのかよ。
Two people somehow forced their way through the crowd. Eve! My baby! The man in the Lycra's field.
ずいぶんと賑やかだね。クーネの人たちは
いつだって活気にあふれてる。たまに度が過ぎてるけどな。
My other favorite crazy bitch. Who was totally not in love with Eve, by the way. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bruh. He tries so hard to not let it be seen. I mean, to be fair, they don't outright confirm it. But like, I don't know. For me, it's so, like, especially during Eve's route, it's so heavily implied that Hugo has like feelings for Eve. I mean, they could just be being me. They could just me being a Fujoshi, being like, I ship it anyway. But I don't know. For me, I feel like in the text it's very overt, even if it's not directly said.
クルーンのイブとヒューゴ
Still ship it.
なんでお前らがここに
Eve, Hugo.
なんでも何も
I do really like Hugo
この
though.
養護施設からクルーンへの依頼があったからお仕事をしに来たんだよ。そうですよね、シスターサロメ。前もって本日伺うとアドルフを通してお約束させていただいていたかと思いますが。
ええ、そうね。確かに傷んだ家具を直していただけないかと依頼を出していたわ。
つうわけで俺あんたらは散った散った。たかがご近所トラブル程度で俺たちの大事な稼ぎを邪魔してくれるなよ。
たかがだと。
つかお前らだって自警団のメンバーだろう。ならここに住んでる死神が昨晩何をしたのか知ってるはずじゃ。
だとよ。知ってっかアイブ。
Like it absolutely could have been just platonic. I don't know. I remember him getting super passionate. I mean, I guess it could just be like, Eve was my first friend and you're corrupting him. I can't remember much. It was months ago, to be fair. I would have to go back over my VODs and rewatch everything. But I don't know. Hugo's story about just like not giving a shit about anything, like, because he was a he was a playboy. He didn't have any any really close friends. He was a frat boy, basically. He didn't really give a shit about anyone much except himself. He didn't care about his family. He didn't care about his inheritance. And then he meets Eve, and Eve like completely changes his life, and he starts helping people and giving a shit and doing charity and stuff. Like all the shit he thought that was just stupid. Like, if Hugo was a female, it would be romance. Like, going through it, to me, it was just like, if Hugo was a female character, they would just straight up be like, no, she loves him. So like, yeah. That's just how it felt to me. So I started shipping it, and then we got to Eve's route. I'm like, yeah, no, this feels... yeah. It felt very... If Hugo was a female character, this would be a romance story. Or like, a romance plot.
残念ながら知らないな。俺が知ってるのは昨晩たくさんの遺体が路地裏で発見されたってことだけで。
I'm getting hungry as well. Oh, a few more minutes left.
死神がどうこうなんて話、ただの一度も耳に入ってこなかったと思うけど。
あの女をよりにもよってお前がかばうのかよ。
Hopefully we get to a good point. For real. Everyone has a crush on Eve. It's government mandated. Eve is just so perfect though. Like, he is so sweet. He is like... Okay. This is gonna sound... Out of all of the love interests in the game, he is the boyfriend. He is the husband. Except maybe aside from the cooking. Except maybe aside from the cooking. Everything else about him, he is like the husband. He is the boyfriend. He invented boyfriend material. He is probably the best one to be in an actual, like, relationship with. So I feel like everyone just has to love Eve. You have fantastic taste. I love him. I love him so much. Like, his freaking monologue that he does when he's, like, sick and dying in bed, when he's like, I love you, and this is all about me, and like, that moment when, I can't remember exactly, but I think he was in, like, they're in their house, his house, being, like, attacked by a bunch of haters who are like, Karun's been corrupted by the demon bitch. Whatever the fuck. And they're, like, having that moment of being together, like, as the house is attacked. I really like that moment. I don't know.
お前だって確か7年前の大火事のあの死神が起こした災いの被害者のはずだろ。
He was right. I realized it too. Eve stayed quiet for a few seconds as I watched him with certainty. He then took a step forward.
俺は被害者じゃないよ。たまたま偶然火災現場に彼女と一緒に居合わせた。それだけの話。昔からそう言ってたはずなんだけど、俺の言葉はみんなに信じてもらえてなかったってこと？だとしたらちょっと寂しいな。
いや、別にそういうわけじゃ。
Seeing his sad expression, the people who were seething moments ago took a step back.
わかったよ。
Mathis is, yeah, like, okay, I love Mathis. He's so cute. Mathis is adorable, he's sweet, he's nice, he's shy, and I love him. But yeah, he's a bit puppy. He's a bit like, oh, baby girl. Especially since, like, just because of his story. I mean, his Mathis as a character is designed to have conflicting things. Lucas is a cis god. I mean, I guess, yeah. Yeah, he kind of is. But then he's also a yandere, so I feel like he's more yandere. Like, Lucas's red flag. Yeah, he is. He cares a lot about his sister Nadia. So much that he murders for her. But he is also just unhinged. He is full yandere. Shien is, yeah, fair. Adolphe is boring. Lucas is for people who I can fix him. Lucas is for people who are like, I can make him worse. Yes, murder everyone. My favorite red flag. I love Lucas so much. Lucas is probably my favorite. Lucas, I think it goes Lucas, out of the main boys, not including Adolphe and Ankou, I think Lucas is my favorite. Then it goes, like, in terms of love, like, not in terms of root quality, but, like, love interest specifically, it goes Lucas, Mathis, Eve, then Shien. Yeah. Oh god, I saw. Learning about what Shien does in his free time is, oof. Yeah. This game is not for the faint of heart, man. It's the reason. There's a reason why I post the disclaimer for playing this game. This is not the best Otome game to have as your first one, specifically. Imagine having a friend who was like, Oh my god! Otome games are so great! They're love stories that you can they're romance stories that you can read and you get to be a cute heroine and there's good stories and blah 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 blah. Otome games are so great. And then you're like, okay, cool. And then you see like this on sale and you're like, oh sweet, I'll grab this one. This one looks cool. I would feel so sorry. Yeah. Virche is fantastic. Yeah, I can imagine being surprised by this game, absolutely. It's a lot. It is definitely one of the darker ones. I think... I'm trying to think of another game that... This is the grimmest Otome game I think I've played. Like, I also played BL visual novels. The naughty ones. So nothing in this has really surprised me because I've played oh so much worse. But yes, I've heard that this game is quite like the Psychedelia games, which I have not played yet. I have both of them. I bought them ages ago, but I've not played the Psychedelia games yet. And I've heard that this is similar. So I'm really looking forward to actually playing those games soon. I just don't know what one to start with. I've been told that you can play either Psychedelia game first. It doesn't matter because they're not like a sequel situation. But I've also heard people tell that, well, you should start with this one first or that one first. Like, I don't actually have them on my home screen. Do I have them downloaded still? I don't think so. Steam. Where is Steam? No, I think I had to I didn't download them. I uninstalled them. Yeah, I've heard some people say you need to play Ashen Hawk first, and then I've seen someone say you have to play Black Butterfly first. I really don't know. Oh shit! I keep forgetting I have Taisho Alice as well. I need to play through those eventually. Like, my favorite Sleeping Lion BL game is, Dramatical Murder. Cause, like, everything about Dramatical Murder's aesthetic is very Radiant Tale. Like, it's very poppy and bright and colorful and woohoo! This is great. Everything's all bright and poppy and colorful, and then you get to the bad endings and the actual story of the game, and you're like, holy fuck, okay. Jeez. Dramatical Murder's bad endings are some of my favorite bad endings in all visual novels. Like, I really like them. They're great. Yes! Oh, Lamento. I love Lamento. I've played all them all. The only Nitro Plus Trial BL game I haven't played yet is Slow Damage, actually. I have it. I have it downloaded. I've bought Slow Damage, the game. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Oh, but I love Lamento. I started replaying that recently. You didn't like DMN? I guess, yeah. Dagaino no Chi was nice. I like Dagaino no Chi. I think my favorite one is Dramatical Murder. Dramatical Murder is my favorite. I think my list would probably have to go Dramatical Murder, Dagaino, Lamento, Sweet Pool, and then just because I haven't played it at all, Slow Damage. Slow Damage turned to be instant damage, yeah. Give me a sec. I gotta close my door. But, yeah. Oof, I've heard some things about Slow Damage. Sweet Pool, I have not finished Sweet Pool, because I own all of the games that Just has put out, and Lamento, which is not officially translated. Because when I played Sweet Pool, I played the fan translation, and my copy of the game, like my copy of the patched game, was bugged, and you couldn't save. Like, saving didn't work, so you had to play a route all in one go, otherwise it just wouldn't save past a certain point. And I only managed to finish the eye patch guy's route, I think, or a couple of other endings. So I didn't actually get to finish it. Oh, Licked? Is that from the same group that did No Thank You? Because I love No Thank You. No Thank You is fantastic. I think, like, Dramatical Murder was my favorite Nitro BL game, but No Thank You, I think, was one of my favorite BL visual novels of, like, in general. So if that is from the same group, yeah. They also did Room 9, which I have not played. I've not played Room 9, and I've not played Licked. I think, is that how you pronounce it? Licked? Liked? I don't know. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I call it Licked. I'm not sure. I've been saying Licked. Liked. I need to go through the Manga Gamer translated ones as well. Apparently, we did get news on Lucky Dog a while ago. Like, it's fully done. I don't know why we don't have it yet. I'm looking forward to that, though. Eventually. Eventually we will have Lucky Dog 1. Eventually. I want it now, but Manga Gamer seems to be sitting on their asses with that one for now, so. Nice. Licked is definitely on my list.
それはもちろん
Hashihime of the Old Book
全
Town is
力を尽
also
くさせて
still on
もら
my
うよ
backlog. I have so many. I have so many I haven't gone through yet. Yeah, Hashihime of the Old Book Town. I haven't bought it yet. I have to go through all of the Manga Gamer ones. Yeah. Like, I still haven't played the official translation of Naked Butlers of Haruka Shisuji. I still haven't gone through that one yet. Like, I played the fan patch ages ago, and it officially got retranslated, and I haven't played that version yet. Although I assume not much is different. I'm assuming they probably just lifted the majority of the fan patch script and just... But still. Oh, all of the Manga Gamer BL games I need to go through.
クル
So
ーン
you're
の方
saying it
も
was
落ち着い
great?
たら再開するから
10 out of 10?
困ったことがあれば来てね
At least 8 out of 10? I really do need to go through these. Okay, I think. Very weird. Hashihime. For me it was 10 out of 10? Nice. I might make a save. Since I've gone full into yap mode. Let's go to the yap screen. If it was 10 out of 10, I definitely want to get it. I might... Yes. There's so many. So there's like... Hashihime... No Thank You... Hadaka... Lex, Room 9. There's like 5 already that I've got in my backlog. And that's not even including, that's just BL games. For Atome, I've got a massive backlog. I've got Birushana. I have Hamefura that I've bought. I plan to get Despair drops. I plan to buy Despair drops. I plan to buy Tengoku Struggle. I intend to get the Lycros fan game. And then, fuck, we've got Buster Fellows coming out soon as well. Although, I'm not allowed to stream Buster Fellows. Oh, you liked Dairoku? The art style's a bit... I'm not sure about the art style. Same with Jack John, actually. I really want to play Jack John, but for one, I wouldn't be able to stream it because rhythm game. But Buster Fellows, yeah, the devs of Buster Fellows have a thing where you can't stream the game, which is fair, I guess, yeah, because visual novels are kind of different than a normal game, where like you can still have some cool experiences yourself even though you've watched someone else play it. A visual novel is kind of like, well, you've read it. Dairoku, that's the yokai one, right? Where the protagonist is working with animal boys. They're like secret agents or cops or something. I don't remember much. I've heard mixed. I'm curious about Winter's Wish, but I've also heard very mixed reviews on Winter's Wish. Like, I've heard some people say it's great and falling in love with love interests who don't know how to love is fantastic and interesting, and then I've also heard people say it's boring as fuck. So, yeah, that's... And then there's so many others actually coming out soon as well, like... We've got... What is it? Let me check. Atome Kitten is my go-to place for Atome news. We've got a few announcements, actually. Well, yeah, Court of Darkness just got announced for a Switch port. I don't know if that's gonna be... Yeah, that's a Voltage game. Red Bell's Lament's coming out soon. All the Voltage games, really. My problem with the Voltage games, though, is that they're too expensive. Like, I wish the Voltage games were a bit cheaper, but I understand that Voltage is technically not indie. Well, not indie, indie-ish. Oh shit, Despair! I didn't even know Despair Drops was getting a PC release. I might get the PC version then. Oh, and there's the Switch port of Scarlet as well. 7 Scarlet. Battlefield Watch. Gensou Manege. 9-Rip. 9-Rip is also a game I want to play. Oh god. I'm just looking at Chloe's list. No, yeah. Despair Drops is a weird premise for me. But I've also heard good things. The thing is, like, Atome games are surprisingly expensive. Like, in my country, New Zealand, I'm paying about 80 bucks, 84, sometime between 80 and 85 New Zealand dollars for one Atome game. And that's digitally. If I want to get a physical copy for ship and like have a physical game, including shipping, I'm paying almost $100 for an Otome game. If I don't like it, or if I think the writing is shit, ooh, it hurts. And I've been burned before because apparently this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't like Nightshade. Everyone I've met loves the ever-loving shit out of Nightshade, and I'm like, this game sucks. I don't like Nightshade. It is... I have opinions on Nightshade. I don't like Nightshade. I dropped that after 2 routes. I played 2 routes, and I dropped it. I didn't like it. And apparently that's an unpopular opinion. Yeah, it's the ninja one. Well, there's a few ninja ones, but yeah, Nightshade is let me... Oh, that's the wrong thing. This one. I didn't like this one. I really didn't. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I played close, recommended route order. Yeah, I did Goemon, and then I did Hanzo, and then I dropped it. No, yeah, it's... It is repetitive as hell. I should not be going through almost the exact same story on someone else's route. I shouldn't. I should not be hitting the same exact plot points on 2 separate routes. I played Goemon's route, and that was fine. That was great. Awesome. Cool. I played Hanzo's route, or like, you know, whatever route I played next, and I hit the exact same story points. And that was after skipping the common route. Like, it was just an immediate turn off to me. I'm like, no. I will go back and finish it eventually, probably, because I spent so much money trying to possess it, because Nightshade is not on my app store on the Switch. It's not on my eShop, so I had to buy a USA eShop ticket to purchase it, and because eShop ticket sellers want to make profit on them, it was more expensive than the actual game would cost. No, I have not played Olympia Soiree. I have been told immense good things about it, and that there is a sequel coming out. Not just a fan disc, but an actual sequel. So it is, yeah, it is currently on my Amazon wish list. I've heard really, really good things. God, I still haven't played the Colamellis fan disc either. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I don't really get a lot of people coming to my channel when I play Otome games. Cuz I play a lot of Otome games. Like, Otome games probably make up half of the games I stream. But then other times I'm playing JRPGs like Persona or Tales of, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, and those games will draw people in because they're popular franchises, but it tends to get a bit... I don't get a lot of Otome fans coming to my streams when I play them. So it's really, really nice to have someone come in and be like, yeah, Otome games, woo! Really? Nice. Ah, that makes me happy, because, like, if I'm a very small itty-bitty streamer, I stream to almost no one all the time, but, like, I'd really like to do, like, Chloe, who's Otome Kitten, the website I was on just before. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Oh, Kaze! It's okay, I'm just yapping. Thank you. Ooh. Stretching out on my bed. Thank you. Hi, Kaze. You're a bit late, but it's okay. We did Virche again today. Backing into that. You parson? Meet Kaze. Kaze is my long time returning stream. I was gonna say stream person. My longest running regular. Who, despite not really understanding Otome games all that much, watches me fangirl over them anyway. But yeah, we're just yapping before I finish off stream. And have a nap. Ugh. But yeah, it's really, really good. I'm really, really happy to have more Otome people coming in, because I wish Otome games as a subgenre were popular enough to sustain a content creator just by doing them alone, which they can be. Like, there's people like Lin Levita and other channels that are completely Otome focused, but not many massive VTubers get with them, you know? Yeah. But I do think with all this yapping done, I might head off soon. Almost 3 hours of 3 hours of stream almost. I mean, with all the positives and negatives, Love and Deep Space has done a lot. Love and Deep Space has done a lot for Otome recognition. No, that's not how you pronounce that word, Dendoku, that is not how you pronounce that word. Recognition. There we go, that's close enough. Oh, thank you for the gift sub! Kaze. Well, I'm tripping. It has done a lot for recognition of the Otome genre, there we go. Yes! It has brought attention to the genre, thank you. I'm fucking dumb, okay, I'm sorry. Homunculi do not have brains. This crystal in my chest, the Philosopher's Stone in my chest, it's all I've got. That is my brain. It's my heart and it's my soul. This head, canonically empty. Canonically empty. They ain't nothing. You crack open my noggin and you're gonna find nothing. Well, you'll find, like, homunculi bits, but no brain, that's for sure. Yep. Hey. I was about to think, yep. Look at my lore. If you read my lore on my About page, you might find some similarities. Fun fact. My name, translated into English, is electrotoxic. Den is from denki, is from the Japanese word for denki, which is electricity, and doku is from dokusei, which is poison. So my name is electricity and poison mushed together. I can get around your skin. But yeah, Code Realize is my favorite is my favorite Otome game of all time. So yes, I'm very inspired by Code Realize. Like I'm showing you my crystal. Like, when sending my art to my artists, I was like, hey, look at this thing. And I literally... Oh, I'm moving the wrong thing. I literally gave my artists an image of the horologium on Cardia's chest to be like, hey, pretty. And she came up with this. I did have a new design that's going to add like more parts around the crystal that are also crystal to make it more broken like Cardia's horologium. But yeah, this is the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, very, very base. Oh, and since you know you've played Dramatical Murder, you might recognize my code name, my serial code as well, because that's a reference to This is a reference to Dramatical Murder. C2E054 is a reference to Dramatical Murder. Specifically Claire. Specifically, it's a reference to Claire, who is my favorite love interest of the game. I just changed... See? I changed... Claire's serial code is R2E054. I just changed it to C for Sybil. Well, it stands for Sybil. Well, okay. Bit of a past. I used to be Dendoku Cyber. Cyber used to be... So my last name was Dendoku and my first name was Cyber. So C is technically supposed to be for that as well. But it's supposed to be like, hey, my name is Cyber, and then like Sybil is also referenced. So it doesn't really mean anything more because I'm just Dendoku now. Yeah, basically. I used to have more references. I think I used to have an Amnesia reference. I used to have socks. One of my old models used to have socks. Used to have socks that had the card suits on them, like the Joker, the Club, and like my old design. I don't even think Kaze would have seen this design. Used to have the card suits in the colors of the Amnesia guys on the socks. I might add that back actually. But yeah, a few other different references. True, yeah. They were color coded to the love interests of Amnesia. Like, the Club was green. The heart was red. I mean, the heart's always red, but you know. What other references did I used to have? I had, yeah, the Holologium, Claire's thing. I can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, I've been thinking of, now that I've played different Otome games, I think I want to add more references. Yes! Taisho no Alice. Taisho Alice. I've been wanting to play those. I've bought them all. I've got all of the Alice games. Again, my backlog is long and never ending. I need to think of, I'm going to think about other things I can add now. Oh, yes, those ones as well. Do we have those in English? I don't think we do. They're Japanese only still, right? Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to look for those later. What other names? I can't think. I mean, I've messed around with fan translations before. Yeah, exactly. Who cares? Fan translation. I have to redesign myself. I mean, I'm already saving for a new model, so I'm probably gonna add more references to that. Especially since I've played more games. Like, I wanna, like, you can stream whatever you, well, you can't stream whatever you want, but yeah, you can stream kind of whatever on Twitch. Like, Twitch doesn't ban you specifically if you're playing like a fan-patched game. It's just most of the... Bruh, it's so funny. Dramatical Murder, the BL game that my code is referencing, is officially banned off Twitch because someone, before the official game came out, like, before the game got an official translation from Jest, someone decided it would be a good idea to try and stream Dramatical Murder on Twitch. And I'm assuming they eventually got to an Edo scene, an H scene, and got themselves banned, and the game banned. But no, yeah, as long as it's a Nintendo game, you're usually fine. Although, to be fair, if you can't tell that, like, if nothing on your stream makes it obvious that you're playing a pirated game or an emulated game, you're probably gonna be fine. Like, if you show the emulator on stream, yeah, you'll probably get sniped. But if you're careful with that and it's not obvious, you'll probably get away with it. But that's poking the bear at that point, I think. Yeah, for real. Oof. But yeah, I still find it funny that Dramatical Murder's on the official banned games list. Although I think it may have been removed. I don't know, it depends, because the version you can buy on Steam is censored. Like, all the H scenes have been taken out of it. So you might get away with playing that version, but why would you play that version? Like, sucks to suck, but sometimes the sex scenes in erotic games do matter. Like, people not realizing that sometimes the Edo scenes in 18 plus visual novels aren't just about gooning. Like, I'm sorry. The reason why Clear is my favorite love interest from Dramatical Murder is because I fucking cried. Like, there he is, my favorite character, boinking someone on screen, and I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm sad. Because, spoilers, he dies. He dies. At the end of his route, he dies. Kind of. He's a robot. He's a robot, but he dies a robot death. And he's boinking Cloud. Not Cloud. That would be that's a crack ship and a half. But he's boinking Alba, and I'm crying because he's dying. And I'm sad during a sex scene in a BL visual novel. Like, bruh. Wait, it's not? No, you're telling me no one's tried to play Saya no Uta on Twitch? Or at least no one's been banned for it yet. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's the thing though. Playboy as a magazine had really fucking good articles that were actually full of substance. Like, people would just see, like, ooh, tatas, or, like, something erotic and just discredit it as trash. not fair. Oh, really? So I guess no one's been bad for it then. Bruh. The fact that Dramatical Murder is in the blacklist but Saya no Uta isn't. Homophobia, man. Pisses me off. For legal reasons, that was a joke. I'm not accusing Twitch of being homophobic because Dramatical Murder is banned and Saya no Uta isn't. It's funny though. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. Playing the censored Steam versions would make sense. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely that. Twitch can't cancel me. I am technology. Kind of. Oh, how's my arm looking? Oh. I'm not actually that bruised. Nice. Ow. Okay, don't poke the fucking needle point. Oh god, I've hit 3 hours. I think that's been just half an hour of yapping. I love just talking streams. Oh, Kaze, sorry, you weren't here. I had a blood test this morning at like 8 AM. So the reason why we played Virche today was because I had a blood test and I was told no like extraneous work with my arms and stuff, and I get kind of woozy. Well, not woozy, but like tired and lethargic after having blood taken. And my arm gets weak, so I just felt like it was better to not button mash in Tales of Graces, for I play something more chill, more relaxing, that I don't have to like move too much, like, because like button mashing and like for a JRPG is just a lot of work on an arm that's had a needle in it, so I decided to do something more chill today. Tomorrow, I do have work off tomorrow, so I'm planning on streaming again. Because yeah, I didn't stream on Tuesday. So I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. Yeah, no quick time events and massive, super difficult boss fight, because we're going straight into a boss fight with Little Queen. Yeah, while I'm wounded. I'm wounded. But yeah, I plan on playing tomorrow. And tomorrow we will do Little Queen's boss fight. And I don't know how long that's going to last, because we quite literally only have the boss fight and whatever happens else after that. So depending on how long that takes, if it's less than an hour to finish lineages and legacies, then I'm probably gonna switch into Suikoden again. Yeah, we might go straight from Little Queen into Suikoden, depending on how long Little Queen takes. If Little Queen takes less than an hour, we'll jump into Sui. If it takes more than an hour, or around about an hour, I'm probably just gonna end it there and then play Sui another time. But yeah, I think for now, it is lunchtime. It is 1 PM. I need to have a nap. And a snack. Oh, thank you for sharing the Discord. But yes, I'm so happy you popped in. You person. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Yes, thank you. So, until the next time, stay electrifying. And I'll zap you later. Bye. Spamming. Oh, spamming the emotes. I misclicked. This one. Whee! Also, little side. I'm currently trying to draw my own emotes. Well, more emotes. So, woo, more emotes. Soon-ish, maybe. Maybe like one at a time. I'm trying. Drawing emotes is hard. My art sucks. But again, it's an emote. How high quality does it really need to be? Okay, anyway, bye.